Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Operation Freedom Briefings. The goal of these briefings in my weekly radio show, Operation Freedom, is to provide you information the bought-off lamestream fake media will not present and will not touch. The radio show, it's live every Sunday from 2 to 5 Eastern, airs out of the People's Republic of Ann Arbor, the studios of Wham Talk 1600, our Freedom Bunker. You can join us every Sunday. Great guests, great analysis. It's free. Just go to davejanda.com, hit the Listen Live button, and you're part of the mix. We have listeners in all 50 states, and in this past week, over 60 countries. How did we get such a huge audience over the past 10 years? You, our loyal listening audience. We don't market the show. It's all done through word of mouth. And I believe through the guests and the analysis we provide, it does its own marketing. It fills a void that, unfortunately, the bought-off lamestream fake media will never fill. Their goal is to propagandize you, to misinform you, to disinform you, and to make you an easier target for the deep state. They are a tentacle of the deep state. Join us every Sunday, 2 to 5 Eastern. davejanda.com, hit the Listen Live button. There, you're right with us. If you can't make it live, the podcasts are available. That's part of our subscription service at davejanda.com. $9 a month, I believe, the biggest bang for the buck in all the internet, because it's not just the podcast, not just that show, one particular week show, but every show all the way back to October 2010. But we do several other shows every week, video format shows. Our WTF show, where I bring information forward from my sources that I've developed over 30 years to the forefront. And then that's every Wednesday. And every Thursday, we do the Insider Insight Show, where we bring someone forward from behind the curtain to discuss what's really happening. Incredible guests that you won't see in the bought-off lamestream fake media. And many guests that you won't see on other platforms in the independent media. We also have our Department of Advanced Research show, hosted by Nick Ruiz, hosted on the website, as well as our Contributing Editor series, our Healthcare Policy series, and the like. I hope you'll join us and become part of our Freedom family. Today's topic is The Magnificent Seven. Remember that movie, The Magnificent Seven? The Magnificent Seven Pieces of Information the Deep State Wants to Hide. Number one, from Professor Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. You ever heard him discussed on any of the channels, any of the bought-off lamestream fake media channels, including Fox News? No. But this is a piece of information that shows their hand. They don't want you to know about this. Here's what he said. The World Economic Forum recently, quote, "The pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. There is an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate in simultaneously managing the direct consequences of the COVID-19 crisis. To improve the state of the world, the World Economic Forum is starting, ready? The Great Reset Initiative." There you go. Number one piece of information that the deep state wants to hide. Part of the Magnificent Seven. Number two, are you aware? This came actually through Guardian.org. 60% of people are naturally resistant to the SARS-CoV-2. In other words, COVID. So this current form of COVID that the deep state wants you to think, well, I mean, there was just a survey in the United States. And people were saying like 30 million people are going to die from this. What? I mean, right now we have 170,000. A big chunk of those folks, as we'll discuss in one of these other pieces of information, are from nursing homes and assisted care facilities. No, this is part of their chaos model. They want chaos because The Russian collusion hoax didn't work so well. The Ukraine hoax didn't work so well. The impeachment goat rodeo didn't work well. So then we got launched into this COVID, everyone is going to die hoax. Yeah, the virus is real. But this everyone is going to die business or become seriously ill? Come on. And then when that didn't work, they launched into this BLM Antifa take down the system. So here we go. Piece of information number 2. 60% of people naturally resistant to COVID. A new study has found that SARS-CoV-2, the virus linked to COVID-19, may be 5 times more widespread than previously thought and therefore 5 times less deadly. The research conducted by a team of scientists at the University Hospital in Zurich found that the COVID virus specific antibodies only appear in the most severe cases in about 1 out of 5. The Guardian goes on, another study recently released has found evidence up to 60% of people may be partially resistant to COVID-19 without ever being exposed to it. What? Importantly, we detected SARS-CoV-2, the virus from COVID-19, reactive CD4 and plus T cells in 40 to 60% of unexposed individuals, suggesting cross-reactive T cell recognition between circulating common cold coronaviruses and SARS-CoV-2. In other words, large numbers of people may be immune or resistant to the virus, the current virus, because they have already been infected by other coronaviruses in the past. This is something Dr. Peter Glidden and I have spoken about for months. That the body's immune system needs to be optimized. If we optimize our own immune system, it is our best fortress for defense, including to keeping your hands away from your face, washing your hands very regularly, social distancing, okay. Lockdown's not okay. Just look at the Sweden model. Studies just came out within the last 24 hours comparing Sweden to Texas to Illinois to New York. And guess what? The Swedes, who really didn't do any lockdowns, didn't close their schools, didn't close their restaurants or their economy. They just said, let's limit gatherings to 50 people or less. And they've been chastised and demonized and said, oh, the results are... Actually, it appears they induced herd immunity very early in the process. And in so doing, their curve is not one that goes like this. Theirs was like this. Yeah. But Peter Glidden and I discussed this for months. It's on our healthcare policy series. We put those videos up for free. It's on OperationFreedomHealth.com. They're also present on DaveJanda.com. They're also present on this YouTube channel in the archives. Hidden piece of information number 3. Asymptomatic COVID-19 spread deemed rare. Wait a minute. It was supposedly so prevalent. This is what, the governor of Michigan, Corona Gretchen, Typhoid Whitmer, the Colonel Klink of our POW camp here in Michigan, this Gretchen Whitmer governor, who, by the way, is in the process of getting recalled. She's been saying, asymptomatic spread, it's rampant. Really? Wherever she went to med school, she needs a refund. Needs to get a refund because she is a medical hack. This from Jeff Craven and Katie Lennon. Asymptomatic COVID-19 spread deemed rare. Who said that? Somebody actually from the World Health Organization. In a rare bit of honesty. Listen, an official with the World Health Organization has stated that it appears to be, quote, rare that an asymptomatic individual can pass COVID to someone else. Quote, from the data we have, it still seems to be rare that an asymptomatic person actually transmits onward to a secondary individual, end quote. Maria von Kerkhove, PhD, who's COVID-19 technical lead and infectious disease epidemiologist. Well, they sure want to keep that one under wraps, right? Of the Magnificent Seven, number 4 on the list of important information that the deep state wants hidden. They want you to think that every age group is incredibly vulnerable to this. Nursing homes account for 11% of COVID-19 cases and 43% of the deaths in the United States. And that could well be an underestimate because there are many of these governors, including the one here in Michigan, Whitmer, that are withholding information on nursing home and assisted living facility data. Okay, but even the data that's been ferreted out so far, 43%. 43% of all COVID-19 deaths in the United States are residents or employees of nursing homes or other long-term care facilities. And remember, this is a direct result from some of these policies. From Whitmer here in Michigan, the governor in Minnesota, Newsom in California, and Cuomo in New York, and Murphy in New Jersey. They instituted policies. In fact, it's still in place here in Michigan, where COVID positive 19 patients were sent into nursing homes that were previously COVID negative, and it started this firestorm in these nursing homes. Whitmer's going around saying people that don't wear masks, people that are not social distancing, they're the real culprits here. Oh, come on, stop it. Let me tell you the real culprit. I'll tell you in Michigan. On March 10th, Whitmer was campaigning for Biden so she could get the VP nod that she didn't get. She campaigned in Dearborn, Detroit, and Livonia. Guess where the 3 hotspots were that started this whole goat rodeo in Michigan on March 24th, exactly 2 weeks later, which takes about 2 weeks for the virus to hit, right? We became a hotspot on March 24th. Why? Because of what Whitmer had done. Nobody wants to talk about that, but it's the fact. Then, when things calm down, Whitmer's out there, no social distancing, right? No mask, doing the part of the riot thing with Black Lives Matter. Oh, what do you know? We had a little bit of a bump up again. Wonder why?